Hi, welcome to this VIP class. My name is Falake Igodaro, and in this video, I'm going to teach you and you're going to learn about the law of vibration. So this is part 2 of the series on the universal laws. There's 7 of them and this is part 2. So the law of vibration. What is the law of vibration? It's very simple. The law of vibration states that everything moves, nothing is at rest. Everything is in constant motion, in constant vibration. So what does this mean and how does it affect your business? So in simple terms, it means that when you are not taking action, something is happening. And what's that? You're decaying, you're moving backwards. There's only an onward movement and a decaying process. Something is always moving. And from a scientific perspective, quantum physics shows us that inside an atom is energy. Energy can neither be created or destroyed. It's always constantly buzzing, humming. Something is always happening. So it's within your power to decide, what do I want to do with this motion? Do I want to move forward or do I want to go back? Period. When you're making decisions about your idea, your goals, when you're thinking about your self-development, you want to, if it's weight loss or if it's you becoming more emotionally intelligent, if it's about you creating new habits for yourself, if it's about you finishing that business plan, making more phone calls, sending more emails, creating more content, sending out more proposals, whatever goal it is you've set for yourself, you decide. When you stop to take a rest and do a restful season, right? Maybe you want to take a break and you've been working so hard. Even in that state of taking a rest, you're not stopping. You are directing your attention to your body, mind, and soul. You're rejuvenating, you are recharging, so that when you come back from that state of rest, you come back fully recharged, fully rested, and ready to attack your goals and go full speed ahead. The motion we're talking about here has a frequency, in the sense that you're moving at different degrees, different wavelengths. Let me explain. Happiness, joy, anger, fulfillment, irritation, frustration, excitement. These are emotions, energy in motion, right? And that motion means that they are moving at different frequencies. How do you know this? Anger feels different from happiness. Happiness feels different from sadness, okay? So they are vibrating at different frequencies. And the higher you vibrate, the more likely you are to attract the people, places, things, and ideas that will propel you forward towards your goals. I'll tell you an amazing story. So a couple years ago, about 2017, 16, thereabouts, fresh out of law school, I'm unemployed, I'm attending wealth creation classes and leadership classes, and I'm really excited about the classes, right? So we have a conference in Lagos, and my mentor asked me, Falake, are you coming to Lagos? I said yes. I didn't have flight tickets. I don't have money to go to Lagos. I don't know where I'll stay when I get to Lagos. I haven't made any plans, but I said yes. I'm like, you know what? I've been learning these laws. It's time I put these laws into practice, okay? And I just have to figure it out somehow. And so I said yes with a smile on my face. And I decided, you know what? I'm just going to have fun with it. I'm going to enjoy myself and see how I find my way to Lagos. Let's see what happens, right? So I get home, I tell my parents, hey, I'm going to Lagos for this conference. And they're looking at me like, you're going to Lagos, okay? They know I don't have flight tickets. They know I don't have flight money. How do you want to go to Lagos? Okay. But I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Lagos. And then the next day, I'm in class. My mentor asked me, Falake, you're coming, right? I said, yes, I am. So I'm laughing at myself because I don't know how I'm going to get to Lagos. But I'm like, you know what? Ideas will come. I'll figure it out. All I know is I'm going to Lagos. I started to imagine, what will happen in Lagos. I started to plan my outfit for the conference. I need to make sure my hair is all done and all of that. And then I get a phone call from my friend. And he goes, oh, he's in Lagos from London for a couple weeks, and he just called to let me know. I'm like, oh wow, you're in Lagos? Okay, I want to come to Lagos, but I don't have the money for Lagos. And then he goes, okay, don't worry, book your ticket, I'll pay for it. Oh, okay, sure, thank you. So I have my ticket for Lagos. It was just a random phone call. There was no way in hell that I knew he was coming to Lagos. Like, it wasn't part of the plan. And I hadn't spoken to him for a while before then. So that's how I got my ticket to Lagos. I'm like, okay, so when I get to Lagos, where am I going to stay? How am I going to get from the airport to wherever it is I'm going? And then how am I going to get myself to the venue? Like, I need transportation. I have to pay for Uber. So I'm like, what do I do? And then I had an idea. I'm going to call my aunties and my uncles, and I'm going to raise some money. Okay, I'm just going to tell them that I have this conference in Lagos, and I need some money. Can they send me something? And I don't do this. I don't call people asking for money. But I'm like, whatever. Let's just have fun with it. If they say no, no. If they say yes, yay. I called, and I was able to raise some money, right? Okay, cool. I have money to move around in Lagos. I was only in Lagos for 2 days, so it wasn't like I needed a lot. So I'm like, okay, I have flight tickets. I have moving around money. Where am I going to stay? Okay, I can't possibly go. The event was on the mainland, so I can't be on the island and then travel all the way. My transportation money will not cover that. It's ridiculous. I have to make the best use of the money I've raised. So I remember that my friend lives in Maryland. I've never been to her house. Never, ever. We've been friends since secondary school. I'm like, you know what? Well, there's a first time for everything. Plus, I am going to Lagos, and I haven't seen her in a long time. So let's go to Lagos, and I'm going to stay at her house. I'm going to call her and see if she says yes. So, because I wasn't sure if she would say yes. I had asked to stay with her a while back when we were in uni, and she wasn't comfortable with, people sharing the room with her. So I'm like, I don't know if she's going to accept now, but let's try. I call her, and I'm like, listen, I'm coming to Lagos, and I want a place to stay. I haven't seen you. I haven't come to your house before. Do you think it's okay? I can call your mom. And she goes, yeah, sure. You can come. Like, just for 2 days. So I speak to her mom. They're like, it's fine. It's good. We're happy to have you. Yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, ah! So in excitement and joy and curiosity, I got my ticket. I got transportation, and I got a place to stay. Obviously, if I'm staying at her house, she's feeding me, so I got a place to stay. I went for the conference. It was with David Imonitie. If you don't know David Imonitie, you need to go and Google him. He's absolutely amazing. It was an amazing conference. I had so much fun, and I'm so glad that I did. And that was possible because I chose to vibrate at a high frequency. I didn't, on a normal day, I would be panicking. Oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? Oh, I'd start having anxiety. I'd be freaking out. When my mentor asked me, are you coming to Lagos? I would have said, oh, I don't know, maybe. I don't really have to. I would have started, a whole sub story about how I don't have any money. I'm not sure how I'm going to make it. But I said yes with excitement. I was laughing at myself throughout this process because it was funny to me. And that frequency brought out these opportunities and the ideas. And I got to Lagos, attended the conference, and had a good time, came back. My parents were just looking at me like, she's going to Lagos. She said she's going to Lagos. And she's actually going. Okay, sure. I did it. And it was amazing, because I was vibrating at a very high frequency. I chose curiosity, joy, laughter. In the midst of not having anything, everything I needed came. So you see, what it means is that The people, places, things, ideas, the resources, the money, the opportunities, they are here. They are never not here. When God says He will pour you out a blessing, the blessing is here. It's now for you to align yourself with it. Now, is it hard? It can be hard. Is it easy? It can be easy. It's up to you. It's always your choice. That's the power of free will. You can decide to go through life with joy, or you can decide to go through life with anger. There's so much going on in the economy right now. Things are looking like they're trying to suck your blood. And you can decide that, listen, I'm now going to fall for the fear mongering, for the anxiety, for the triggering. I'm simply going to choose my joy, choose my peace, focus on my goals, and let that be my driving force. And focus not with anger or thinking with a rush, thinking that time is going. This advice is for me as much as it's for you, because sometimes when life be happening, it be happening. And it's like, oh my God, what is this? But when you remember that life rewards you according to your frequency, that's why some people will work so hard and they seem to have all the skills and they know everything, but then they're not getting the results that the loudmouths, the obnoxious ones, the wild ones who seem to just always be having fun, but they don't even know half of what you know, but they're getting the results. They're having the time of their lives. They're going on the trips, they're doing the projects, they're on the shows, they're on the stages, and things are happening. They're getting the funding, while you are, with all your knowledge, oh dear wise one, you're just stagnant. It's because those limiting feelings and emotions, they bring your frequency down. And when your frequency is down, everything else just goes down. You want to raise your vibration, breathe in that good prana, and just have fun with life. How you choose to enjoy your process is more important than your destination. The destination, by the way, is death and eventually merging with spirit. So why not enjoy life while you're here, right? And choose what serves your highest frequency, right? Choose what serves your highest frequency. Sometimes you enter partnerships that challenge you. You can face those challenges with more joy. Okay, so this is not saying that there won't be challenges. It's about how you choose to experience your challenges, how you choose to experience the opportunities, how you choose to experience your relationships. It's about how you are choosing, how you are making decisions every single day. You want to make sure that you are making decisions from a place of joy, making decisions from a place of excitement, like a 5-year-old, right? When you look at children don't say, oh, because I fell down 5 times, I give up, I'm not walking again, I'm just going to crawl for the rest of my life. No, a child is simply, my 5-year-old, she fell so many times. Oh my gosh, she fell so many times. She hit her head, she bruised her legs, bruised her arms. But not once did she say she's not trying. Like we prop her up and she sits back down. No, she kept at it. And then she finally took the step and started walking. Same way, imagine yourself as that child learning how to walk. Enjoy it. Because the moment you have this experience of life giving you what you want, it serves as a blueprint for the next level and the next level and the next level. And that's what life's about. It's a spiraling out where every season is a leveling up of the previous season. So you simply have to master level 1. And then you just keep going, raising that vibration through exercise, meditation, deep breathing, going outside in nature, breathing actual oxygen, and grounding your feet and making sure that your feet are touching the ground, right? Just being around nature, playing good music, and doing the things that bring you joy. you sit with yourself and figure out what are the things that bring you joy. Exercising has this immediate boost of feel-good enzymes, where because your heart rate is pumping and you are seeing yourself push yourself past your limit, you are immediately rewarded with feel-good vibes, right? So it's a very fantastic way to boost your vibration, and it gives you that energy to run through the day, and it just feels so good. Okay, so make sure you're always raising your vibration. Do your best. I have a workbook, Boss Money Formula, where I have listed affirmations, 40 affirmations to get you going, to raise your vibrations. And it also has a CEO's Bible to remind you of God's promises, God's blessings, vision, wisdom, knowledge, and just your ability to do more and be more with joy and peace and confidence. So I'm sure you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.